day to the CBCC Voice Business Unboxed podcast. I'm Karma. I'm glad to have you joining us, and alongside me is my fantastic co-host, Wally from the Canterbury Bankstown Chamber of Commerce. Who do we have today?
Well, Minister Jihad Dib.
I'm glad it wasn't somebody else and I've come to the wrong spot.
I get him to introduce.
Minister Jihad, you've been amazing, but it's important for me to sort of set the tone and explain to our audience in a nice description about who you are, what you stand for. So today we are deeply honoured to host a remarkable guest, the Honourable Jihad Dib, Minister for Customer Service and the Digital Government, Minister for Emergency Services and Minister for Youth Justice, a dedicated public servant and a respected community leader. Minister Dib has long been recognised for his commitment to building stronger, safer and more inclusive communities. From his years transforming Punchbowl Boys High School to his ongoing work in government, he continued to lead with authenticity, vision and genuine passion for people. Minister Dib, good afternoon and welcome to the CBCC podcast, and thanks to you, to your office, to your department for helping us.
Pleasure. Well, firstly, thanks, Wally. And I want to, even before I thank you for this, just congratulate you on the work, your leadership at CBCC. I'm not only a good friend of the CBC, and there's a lot of the politicians, I'm a strong advocate for it, and I think the work that you do and the whole organisation does incredible. But also, you're not a small chamber. You're actually incredibly diverse, talented, large, but you're so focused on our area, which is incredible. And Carmen,
yes.
We're going to have some fun today, I think.
Yes.
So it's great. And I really appreciate this. I'm going to...
you actually spoiled today.
Oh,
so,
I know. Look,
someone must be a favourite.
You know.
He literally got your favourites box.
And I'm a big sucker for chocolate, so I've opened it up. Let's see how many I can eat. Picnic. I wish I was at a picnic.
I love it. Community with heart. Minister Dib, you've always spoken so passionately about Bankstown community. What makes this area so special to you, and what's your vision for this future as it continues to grow and evolve?
Well, Carmen, I think, and I'm so grateful for the kind words that you and Wally have said, but the community has to be at the heart.
Yeah.
I put my hand up and said, please let me be your voice. And I can't do that and then not be the voice for the community. And it doesn't happen unless you are the community. You believe in the community. You want to see the community for what it is and what it can be. And I think for too long, our community, I wouldn't say it was held back, but I think we kind of didn't dream and believe in the things that are possible. And we're seeing that with all of the work that all of us are doing together in terms of making sure that we can achieve our potential. We're an incredible community. What a diverse community. People from all parts of the world, people different ages, people with different wealth. There's some people here with a lot of money. There's some people here who are really struggling to get by. There's people who arrived last week, and there's people who have been here for generations. There's people who, trace back to World War One, the First Fleet. There's people here, Aboriginal history. And we all come together, I think, to create something so special. And sometimes people who don't know our community want to cast judgment on us. And I say to them, you don't know what you're talking about. There is no more caring, kind, loving community that's together. And I think we're a perfect example of what Australia can be.
I grew up in Punchbowl and Bankstown, and
everyone
I had no issues.
The area, it's amazing how many people, even now, will come up to me once they work out, I'm Jihad Dib and this is where I'm from. And I was at Punchbowl Boys, and obviously I'm a member for Bankstown. I go, oh, mate, that must be tough. Oh, geez, it's hard. And I go, it's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's funny, I travel all around the state. In this job and around the country, and I never forget where I come from. And even today, I just come back from the city and we had an event, and I made sure that we took some food from Punchbowl to bring it in for other people.
Food is our love language.
But it's not only the food, but it's like that. You travel everywhere, but honestly, when I come here, I'm just home.
Yeah, you feel home. Yeah.
We always pride ourselves with our sense of belonging, and it's important, especially from the decision makers, to advocate for the community. And we always say, look, we need to promote this destination to be so you can grow a family, start a business. Obviously, education is crucial, and even to live here. From your perspective, what is our point of difference here? What makes us unique? We're not into the competition. I'm all into collaboration, but it's important that we can highlight our point of difference.
I think it's really good. We're not into competition, but I just think we're not in competition, but I want us to be the best.
That's what I'm saying. We're very open about it.
I want us to be our best because I think we are the best. And I think if you talk about the point of difference for us, there's a real soul in our community. And you can't explain it unless you're part of it. And there's an incredible generosity. I said before, there are some people here who really struggle, but I guarantee you our community is more generous than others. Our businesses are so incredibly generous. When I ask people for support because they were helping a family or refugees or a good cause like young people, businesses donate. And I know they're not raking in the cash, but they donate. We're a community that I think maybe because it's made up of people who once upon a time struggled. And some of them, they've been blessed and they've done very, very well. But they've struggled, they know what it's like, and they just go, somebody help me and I want to help somebody else. The other thing we've got is we're a young community. And so we've got this real sense of adventure and we want to try things and we want to have a go. And we've got all these businesses and micro businesses. Everybody's willing to have a go. There's like an enthusiasm to do it. So when we talk about competition, I say I want to be the best for our community.
Yeah, but you have good intentions.
But the good intentions also, I also just go, I want it to be fair.
Yeah, 100%.
I want us
We're not
to have
selfish.
fair.
We're not selfish.
Yeah, I just want it to be fair. So, I don't know, we might talk about it a little bit later, but I could talk to you about all of the infrastructure and resources. When I was at the school, I go, why is it that our schools here don't have the same resources as other schools? What is that telling our community? What is that telling our kids? And then I ask the question, why? And then I go, well, how do I make sure that when I'm in Parliament, when I go in Parliament, a lot of politicians like to use the word fight, like that implies, I'm not a fighter, but I will stand up for our community and I'll be the voice of our community. I stand really proud of who we are.
Yeah.
I was at Bankstown Beyond yesterday, and I witnessed you talking about it, and it came from the heart about the university, the importance of having a campus in the CBD, and obviously we are very proud to have Western Sydney University, and we are grateful to Minister Jason Clare, for being one of the great advocates. But for you, when you were talking about it, about kids don't know about the university,
They can see it. They can see it. They can be it. No, thanks, Wally. I'm sorry, I just took a bite of the picnic.
Enjoy the picnic.
Yeah, give me a problem.
It's a chewy.
Sorry for everybody on camera. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have got something so chewy.
So true.
Education's our great opportunity.
Yeah,
it gives everyone a chance.
It's a level platform.
And if we can lift everybody through education, it's important. But why is university important? Because our kids here used to say, oh, well, I can get to school, but then if I want to go to university, I've got to leave the area.
Yeah, my husband had to drive 2 hours sometimes to go.
Well, like out in the far western Sydney, would have been out
from
Pembrokeshire
Punchbowl,
way.
everywhere. He just he wanted to get his bachelor degree so quickly in a short amount of time. So he was travelling 1-2 hours on by train.
I mean, look at that. So how difficult it is. So when sometimes things are difficult, congratulations to your husband who did it, but other people would have given up and said, you know what?
Well, especially with my daughters.
I can't be bothered. It's not where they go, I want to do it, but I can't do it because I've got kids or I've got this, or my family can't afford it. I need to do a part-time job.
For me to send my daughters 2 hours by train somewhere, it's like...
Well, I'd worry about my kids going on the train, and especially if they have night lectures. But even more than that, symbols are really important. And when you're driving through Bankstown and you see at the top of the hill this bright orange building, and you go, that's our university.
That's
our university. And I think that then goes, I can go there.
Yeah.
And so I think about the opportunity for a young person who, and not even a young person, even an older person who wants to get a chance to get an education, who says, I can go to a school here, then I can go to university here, then I can actually work here. That to me is the cycle.
Yeah.
Because what we also want is for people to stay in the community that they know that they love.
Yeah. Especially being Lebanese background, I know my parents probably wouldn't have wanted me to go 1-2 hours, so it works well for
Well, I'm
the
surprised
community.
your parents didn't want you to be a doctor or a
Oh, no. My mum, I don't know, they will never my mum was never like, you need to be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She would take me to
Was
job
she?
interviews.
Good.
I would go to job interviews with her.
Shibek, why didn't you get the job?
Why didn't you go banking, or why didn't you? It was always an accounting. I got an accounting job because of her. They said, because your mum came with you.
With all my respect to the accountants, oh my God, it's not that boring, is it?
I loved working.
All my respect to accountants, I love you all, especially my accountant, thank you. But I can't imagine how much fun that job would be. But
I actually enjoyed it. I met he's an accountant. I met him through there. So I married one
he's a boring
instead.
guy too. No.
Sorry? Oh, no, he's not actually.
Champion small business. I know it's close to your heart. Small businesses are the heart of the Canberra Bankstown, the heart of any community, to be honest. What do you see as the biggest opportunity and challenges for our local business owners, and how can we continue to support them to thrive?
Well, small businesses are the lifeblood of the nation. And they read out, and there's different types of small businesses. I see what I love to call them, well, they're called micro businesses. I don't call them, it's what they are. But I often see micro businesses, it's somebody's idea, somebody's passion, somebody's talent, and you see them in the little markets. But often a micro business, who's in a micro business? It's mums, it could be single mums, it could be older women, it could be someone who's just a recent arrival. It's like their first chance to get started. And they do something unique. And in some cases, whether it's at the local market or sometimes if they're really good, they can do it online if they've got those skills. But we need to support them. So there's the small micro businesses. But then you think about the many small businesses we have here, the sole trader, the family business. Then we get small, medium enterprises. Then, of course, we've got the big business. If we can encourage people to do well, I think that's good. I have an admiration for people who go into small business. I've never done it. I've never taken that risk to say, I'm going to put everything on the line and open up my own business because maybe I don't have that courage. So they're doing that. Where I still think we can do better is how do we support them in terms of the things that they need. And so I do that in my department, for example, through the business concierges, through Service New South Wales. Let me say I've just arrived in Australia and I'm really good at making, necklaces, for example. And I want to set up a little business. That's my talent. How would I know that I need an ABN or what the ATO or who's helping me with that? Who's helping me? How would I know what marketing is? I've just said, do the internet, do it online. How would they know what the online options are?
Yeah, some people don't have that intuitive mind. They don't know to ask the question.
But I think that's where we can also help them because what we want is we want to see them established and we want to see them succeed. So when you ask me about things that we can do, I think that area we can do better. I think there also needs to be an environment where, you're encouraged to take a few risks and to try something different. But I love our communities. We're a very business-minded community. And it doesn't mean that everyone's thinking about how they're going to make $20 million a year. No. What they're looking at is going, I've got this great idea. I know how to make, I make ice cream. And we've seen the proliferation of ice cream, bullseye and stuff like that. And that's my specialty. And I'm going to make that. And that's all I want to do. I'm not going to be a millionaire out of it, but that's my little business. And I love that. That people think about everything. They see a gap. And they go, I can do that. Yeah. I can do that.
Well, that's the entrepreneur mindset, which is... Yeah. But we need to guide them to basically a Business New South Wales, the concierge.
If you go to Business Services New South Wales, which, is...
under your...
it's under my portfolio. And they're excellent. I mean, they're not going to give you the business tip, but it's like, this is what you need to do.
They can redirect you in the right way.
To do it. Yeah. And this is what you need to, So we were getting people, what we discovered, which is actually really slack, is that... Let's say here, Carmel wants to open up a business, making,
chocolates.
Apple pies. Making,
chocolates.
Please, do you want to go partners?
Yeah.
You can make
I don't think I'll have any.
I can eat them.
You won't have any chocolates left.
But you wanted to do it and didn't really know. And so people go up to us and say, hey, I'll help you set it up. It's going to cost you $5,000.
Yeah.
Mate, it doesn't need to cost more than a couple of $100.
People think,
but they don't know.
They don't know, yeah.
And so, but that's also, can I give it, and this is a bit of a wrap to you, that the Chamber of Commerce then, that's the stuff that you do. You're supporting businesses. You're creating that network so that if Carmel wants to open up a chocolate shop, well then somebody in the chamber may have access to cocoa, or somebody goes, you know what, I know a guy, he can actually make you the wrappers, because it's about it's also that little community.
That's what the chamber's about. Yeah, we're trying to promote the chamber as a community, that we all care about each other and well-being, and we don't want to rip anyone off.
Interdependence, if I can help you and you can help me, then that actually helps our community, because more than likelihood, I'm employing someone local, I'm contributing local, but we're actually helping each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's stuff that we don't know. I would love to be able to have a product go to woe in our local area.
Yeah.
Because in the end, more often than not, it stays within the local community. And I'm not being protectionist saying local community only, but it's about opportunities. Why should people have to jump in a car like your husband did for 2 hours? Or people who jump here on a train. I mean, I start seeing them. Obviously, we're waiting for the metro, but I would see them from 6:30 in the morning, ready to go. Yeah. And it's still happening now with the buses. If you can work closer, because if you can work closer, then that means you can spend more time with your family. Which we know is so important to us. Yeah. It means you can go and visit one of the cafes at night, because that's important to us. It gives you a bit of your life back.
So
just call me Jihad.
It's important for us, especially from a decision-maker's perspective, so we can advocate for big business to come and choose Bankstown as a home.
Absolutely.
And that's something we went to Minister Tony Burke, which is, again, one of our patrons, and we put the idea to him to champion it.
Yes.
Bring your headquarters up to Bankstown. Yeah. He loved it. It makes sense. And come back to your comment now to make sure that our kids and sons and daughters and people work locally. So we need to create opportunities.
Well, this is sort of some of the things that were happening around Parramatta, created CBD, so government agencies went.
Yeah. So how can we shift focus to make sure we can all of us work together to advocate for Bankstown to be the home for big brands, be headquarters, anything like so we can create more opportunities.
I think the advocacy is there. What we still need, though, is the infrastructure around it. And that's the exciting times for us.
Okay.
You know, we're getting there, especially now with the changes in terms of around the metro and some of the development opportunities. I know some of the big landowners in the area are looking at that. Really good discussions happening. I mean, ideally, if we can bring SBS headquarters here, people would start sort of coming in different, in different waves. But having those opportunities at the moment, to be honest with you, we don't have the ready-to-go buildings. We're building them, and then people will come. You know, the old saying, you know,
Build
you
Build it and they will come.
and people will come and they'll do it. But if we can get, say, a big tenant somewhere, it builds a confidence.
Yeah.
The other thing too, I think we should look at a different model from government. Instead of having, say, my whole department in just one place, why don't we actually have different parts of the department in different places, for example?
Create.
But also, rather than if you're an investor, do you put all your eggs in one basket? We tell people not to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of practical things as to why we would have everyone together. But given that, for example, now we could do so many things digitally, distance is not so important anymore. So we can kind of do that. But I think also what it does is it serves a little bit of a lifeblood to that community. Obviously, I'd be advocating for Bankstown, but the same would ring true for, say, Campbelltown, or the same would ring true
Yeah,
for,
just
say,
back to this
Southern.
area.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I think about people who might be saying those, call them office staff or public service, whatever they're going to be. They're going to go in there. They're going to buy a coffee from the local guy. They're going to, and girl,
It's a chain reaction.
They're going to buy, some breakfast. They're going to buy something here. It also more than that. And I think the bigger picture for me, and you touched on it before, the bigger picture for me is it gets people to go outside of the comfort zone, so to learn about new communities.
Yeah.
And I think
Give
when
them
people,
that courage.
but when people get to know one another, we actually
Yeah.
create a better society. And so when people would go, oh, I'm going to go to Bankstown, oh, they've got this fantastic, Vietnamese food. But they go there because they've been working there, or they come to Punch Bowl and they go, man, there's some brilliant food in Punch Bowl, or there's great shopping. There's shops down the road where you can get your fruit and veggies. It's half price and just as good a quality. Or I want to go to Campsie because they've got some this.
Well, I know people that live in the city.
People wouldn't know.
They should be out
People
here.
wouldn't know if
Yeah.
they don't know. And so that visitor economy is so important, and it can happen by actually having people come in here or from outside the area. And I actually think the metro will do that. I think what you'll get is people now coming out for like a day trip.
So the metro will make it easier for them because it's on surface.
Heaps, and it makes it easier for us too. Like we can start to
Yeah.
have a place like Barangaroo, for example, which is not
It's
a
a
hassle.
beautiful hub.
You just stay on the same, literally walk up to the metro, Punch Bowl, Bankstown, wherever it is, jump on. You miss the train. Okay, 4 minutes. Oh man. Okay, 4 minutes later, there's another one.
Nice.
Oh, 4 minutes. Okay,
That's
and it
awesome.
takes you right there. But I actually see it from a perspective also of people who don't come to our area to actually start coming to our area.
Maybe we should get the doors locked in the area. Just drive them straight to
No,
Bankstown.
but I think it's funny because it's like when they come here. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, 'cause
I didn't
they-
realise. They go,
yeah.
what did you think it was?
Yeah.
I see it on the news. They go,
Yeah, they believe it.
It's a perception.
Yeah.
And we need to
Well,
change that. And we're working very hard and positively. So we have we're on the radar for good things now.
Look, to use a phrase, we're smashing it. We are we're going really well in terms of. You think about it. Every event we have is a success. Our community is a success. We've got, the whole world has come here, and we've made it an amazing success. People are genuinely happy for one another here. We're actually really happy when someone succeeds. We go, it's one of ours. Well done.
Yeah, we're excited. All right, so you've been an advocate for young people and education. How can we inspire and equip your youth to dream big, get involved locally, and see the future for themselves right here in Bankstown? I think we've kind of already covered that, didn't we?
No, and I think, believe it or not, I was young once. I know you can't tell, but I was actually young.
So you're born like this.
No, I was born as an
You're
old
born
man.
with it.
So, I think any investment we make in our youth is worth it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got the youth justice. My background is in education, but I see young people. Young people are easily swayed. If you tell somebody you're going to be a success, you're going to be a success, and that's all they.
Even if
hear.
you just give
They
them that
believe
hope
it.
as well,
Yeah.
and inspire them. At what point, what would you say to your younger self? Is there anything you would have done differently? Like, when did you start seeing the injustice in the community?
You know,
for the youth?
I think there's different points in my life, and I felt it when I was outside the community. When I was in I felt it when we would go play footy somewhere else, and it just feels different. I
yeah,
felt it
yeah.
when someone would make a comment to me
You just
But
didn't
you go,
realise.
mate, you're trying to hurt me with that comment. No, you realise, you feel it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the other injustices, I think, as I got a little bit older, and then I probably really saw it when I became a teacher. I was going to be an NRL player, but
there you go.
my body kind of didn't I don't have the right body.
Maybe
for
too
it.
much chocolate.
I was thinking I was too skinny, but anyway, okay, thank you. Anyway, but I really saw it when I was teaching, and the kids who just didn't dream, we said for, they go, oh, people like us don't go to university. But that phrase, people like us, what do you mean people like us? Oh, people like us, that's for the rich kids, or that's for the smart kids, or that's for people who got it easier. And so we have to, not only do you fill their hopes, but you've got to provide them the opportunities. Because if I can say, Wally, and I fill your head with all the dreams possible, but then I don't help you get there, then all I've done is lie to you. So I need to not only fill your head with the opportunities, like say, mate, you can go to university. You can go to university. And you know what? You're going to be in the university. Now you can see the university. Now
It's right there in
schools
front of
are
you.
working to help you there. And say, you study hard, then you're going to do this. How am I helping you get to that point? And I think the same rings true. Our young people are amazing. They've got incredible values because of the community. But the hope and the opportunities are coming through there. Most of the boys that I taught, particularly some of the boys most recently at Punchbowl, they still live here and in and around. People don't want to leave here. People love the area, and even some of the really wealthy people, I've said this before, there are some big, expensive homes in and around our community.
I've driven through Green Acre.
Really, really expensive homes. And I think about the big homes around Green Acre, or you think about the other parts, and you just go, that's not a cheap home.
No.
And that person probably could have bought a home in another suburb. But they go, no, I want to stay here. And I've got more money now. I want to build a better house. And that to me is actually exceptional, because in days gone by, people go, oh, I can't wait to leave the area. I'm going to go to a better area. We'll go to this.
We just made the area better.
Yeah.
But where they stayed there because of the community, like the churches or the mosques, the schools, the friends, the shops, everything's like so close.
A sense of friendship in our area.
Yeah,
is
like you feel
unique.
belonging.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so... And visitors who come to see me, and I often try and get people to come and see me here. I'm at Punchbowl, I'm based in Punchbowl, rather than in
You could have had your
in the
office
city.
somewhere else,
I
actually.
could have my office anywhere. I've got the electorate office here, but I often have meetings here, and I say to people, just go for a walk. And they go, why? And I go, I just want to go for a walk. We'll have our meeting walking.
During your meeting?
Yeah, so we do a walking meeting.
Yeah.
And part of the point I'm trying to make to them is they see our community.
Yeah.
Because I want to get them to come and see our community. And the
That's
thing that
very
they're often
smart.
amazed is, we can't believe how friendly people are. We can't believe. I mean, unless you take someone's parking spot, everyone's very, very friendly.
Don't take
Yeah.
this fucking
And please don't double
you
park.
imagine?
Please don't park in a standing.
Can you imagine you're having that conversation and someone's yelling out your window?
No, it happens all the time. But I love that, because that's who we are. That's that authenticity.
Yeah.
I don't pretend to be somebody else. I am from here.
I love it.
And this
People
is who
see
I
it.
am,
People
you
see
know?
it when you're
How can we encourage bargaining? If you go back overseas to Bali or anywhere in the country, in the world, people tend to bargain before they buy something. But here, we don't have that kind of bargaining. How can we bring that?
I do not want bargaining, please. Wally, what are you trying to do? You want to make some money?
No. I think that's a cultural thing.
I know, but here,
Stresses
just go
me
pay
out.
the price and go home. No, I want to argue for it.
I think
Go to Bali.
But I think that's it. Well, if that's the case, Wally, I need to hang out with you, because I'm a terrible bargainer.
I get so embarrassed. I
I
can't
get
do
so
it.
bad. Somebody gave me a quote on something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I go, oh yeah, no problem.
Have you accepted it?
Yeah.
Anyway, well no, I said, oh, I just need to just talk to somebody who knows. And I spoke to someone. They go, mate, are you stupid? And I go, what? And they go, did you say, like, can you do a better price? I go, no, that was the price.
Yeah.
And he said, no. So get another quote. I mean, I would have got another quote anyway. Like,
I know, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
but I like the idea of set price. To be honest with you, personally, I like set prices. I know what I'm going to pay. I don't like. Do you know what? If I see, and talk about Bali, and I've actually never been to Bali, but if there was something that I wanted to buy a cup of water, as an example. I wanted to buy a drink, and if I knew the drink was going to cost me, say in Australia, $1, $1.
Yeah.
I go, okay, that's the price. But if the guy said to me it's $2 and I had to bargain him down, and whether I paid 50 cents or whether I paid $1.10 or whether I paid $1.50, and they go, I don't know if I paid a fair price. So you can do your bargaining. I'm not into.
Yeah.
I like fixed price. We went to Egypt once.
Yeah.
As part of our honeymoon.
Well, this is where they bargain.
And we bargained, and I
Especially as a tourist.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
'Cause
My husband loves it.
We went as part of our honeymoon. We went to Egypt. Then we went from Egypt to Lebanon. Then from Lebanon to Turkey. And it was just a great little trip.
My brother-in-law was born here. We went to Lebanon together for holiday.
Yeah.
And back home, it's a different culture. People argue, bargain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's just standing there saying, what the hell? What's that?
Yeah, we're not used to it yet. But I wasn't saying. So I went to Egypt and I was exhausted. I then go, please, can you just give me the price? Just give me the price you want. That's why then I loved it when I went to say Lebanon is a bit of bargaining, but Turkey it was like a fixed price, and I just loved it. I just loved
the price is
just
there,
this is the price, beautiful. If I don't want to buy it, I won't buy it.
That's it.
But I need to take you to the markets with me.
I'd
then.
love to.
I want to go too.
I need to go to the markets. I need to buy some trees and boxes of fruits and stuff. That's it.
And that brings us
I'll
to
do
the
the
collaboration. Karma, let's talk about collaboration.
Collaboration. At the chamber, we often talk about the power of collaboration, business, government and community coming together. From your perspective, what's the key to building strong partnerships that create real lasting impact for the people of Bankstown? It's a big question.
That's easy. It's a big question, but a really important one. And I think there's a really simple answer. Bring people together.
That's it.
You can't collaborate if you don't know each other.
Respect and accept.
Yeah. And I think that's where, again, I feel like I'm doing an advertisement here for the Chamber of Commerce, and I am. And, you know, if you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, join the Chamber of Commerce.
It's a family network.
But it's exactly about collaboration.
Yeah.
It's about, you don't know what's possible if you don't know the person. And it may be that there are certain things that you can collaborate on really easily, and maybe that there aren't. It may be that you've got a job that's too big for you, but somebody else might be able to help. It may be that someone go, hey, there's a great opportunity there. I think that collaboration is important. I think the other part of collaboration is community, making sure that community really sticks together and supports one another and knows what opportunities there are. And so with a spirit of wanting to work together, to complement rather than to compete, is a really good thing. Now, that doesn't mean that, someone wants to set up a business that's similar to another person's, good luck to them, that's business.
Yeah.
But complement each other. So I see a really good example where there might be a restaurant and then next to it is a sweet shop or a dessert shop. I think, how smart is that? Because you can have the meal, then go to desserts, rather than open up a restaurant right next to it that's exactly the same type of food.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Complement.
Yeah.
But that collaboration works on also a mutual trust and a mutual respect for one another. And we've got to respect that just because it's hard for you in business, it's hard for somebody else too.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
You don't know what they've been through.
Yeah.
You've inspired so many people through your leadership and community work. What continues to inspire you every day, and what kind of legacy do you hope to leave for the next generation of leaders in our region?
Oh, thanks, Wally.
And I saw you talking at the Australian Lebanese Chamber of Commerce, your sense of humour. Everyone was so, you can hear everyone just waiting to keep listening to Jihad.
Oh, that's right. I think that's so kind of you. And I speak from my heart, Wally. And I think that's the thing for me. It's always, I think if you believe in what you're doing and you're passionate, it comes across. The worst thing is if I sat here and just read everything exactly that I needed to. There's no heart in it. You've got to put your heart into things. And I would hope that comes across. The things that inspire me, and I know it sounds almost like, I knew you were going to say it, it's actually the community. The community inspires me. And our people inspire me because I see all sorts of people in our community. I see people who are just trying, and I see people who have done really well. But the one thing I really see is the spirit. And I've said before, you can't explain it, you can't describe it, but you can feel it. And the generosity. And I just love that we just go, you know what? We're just going to try. When I feel sorry for ourselves, I love that. When I feel sorry for ourselves, chip on the shoulder, okay, it's not fair.
You have those moments, but you need to pick yourself up and keep going.
Get up. It's like, gotta get up, gotta get up. And I love that. That's inspiring. But I'm also just inspired by our stories from people who, really, there are so many stories of people who came here and the proverbial nothing. And they do well. And honestly, the generosity of our community is something I can't believe. So in terms of legacy, I mean, my only hope, my legacy is that I set it up, that the person who comes after me will then take it to a next level. I don't need to see my name on a wall. I don't do this for that. I do this because I've got a chance to do something and to believe in our community. My thing that I'll look back on is I'm going to look back one day, God willing, God gives us life. And not that I'm sick or anything, alhamdulillah. But we just always say that. Is I'm going to look back and I'm going to go, that hospital, there was a lot of people who didn't want it there. And it wasn't until I became a member of Bankstown and minister that we put the hospital in the right spot. It wasn't until, became that we said, we're going to do the metro proper. We're going to finish it.
Yeah.
That to me is what I look back and I go, not because I built the hospital. I'm not building the hospital, but
You paved the way
You
for it.
push for it.
but it's because of what that hospital will do for our community. That is the most expensive hospital that's ever been built, $2.2 billion. It means that our community will have the very best health facilities. Our kids can go to school,
added value.
go to the university, go to the TAFE, work there.
Circle of life.
It's actually, that's what makes me, I'm not going, oh man, wow, I built that. I didn't. But it was about, I was able to enable something that has transformed our community.
Enable.
That's what I want, enable.
I love it. Let's talk about diversity, Karma.
Well, we're just already talking about the community of one of our most multicultural in the country, and that's something we're incredibly proud of. How do you think our diversity shapes what we do business, shapes the way we do business and connect with the community?
Well, I think our diversity means we do business differently, and I like we do business in a not just necessarily a straight up. This is how it's done in the Western system. We actually we've married like a Western system of business with a non-Western system of business.
And we break bread and share a drink.
Yeah, but it's also about like I love that there's a different form of business operation that we learn from one another, that we learn this community prefers this sort of stuff. This community prefers another. To give you an example, when it comes to, I love fruit and veggies. I keep coming back to food, but I do my shopping. I pick the fruit and veggies for the family because, that's just, I'm one of those annoying people. It's good. But for our community, they like to see it, they like to feel it, they like to touch it, they like it stacked in front of them. But when it also comes to business, we know that if the plumber comes to visit you, culturally, wherever it goes, be hospitable. That stuff doesn't exist.
I
We're
still
just
give people
hospitable.
drinks
Like we virtually do the work.
We offer drinks, we offer even food. While
Even road workers outside, a hot day, I'll come out with my tray.
And I found it strange. Oh, you offer
They're so excited.
The other day, the guy was doing something for me. And I go, man, I'll give you a hand. He goes, oh, no, mate. I said, no, I'll give you a hand. What do you want me to do? He goes, well, can you just start shoveling because we're taking the sand out the pool.
Sorry you asked.
Yeah. He's like, we're replacing a pool filter.
No.
And he goes, can you start shoveling the sand? I go, okay. I'm doing it. It was really good for the first 3 bits.
That's it.
And then I go, mate, you got another job for me? But it was a really nice, so that, I think that diversity is also, it brings us thinking about a different
And a
way.
sense of humour.
We know, it's and we laugh, I love it. The guy turns up, it's always going to be the same. He's going to blame the traffic.
Yeah.
He's going to blame his kids. He's going to blame everyone except himself.
Yeah.
He's going to blame the previous worker. But it's not his fault.
No, it's not.
But I love that. But it's that, also,
Whatever makes them feel better.
but also look at, you're talking about diversity. I'm going to wrap up with this because I talk too much. The diversity of, let's say you're calling a team of, carpenters. It's a very good chance that your carpenters in that team are going to be people who might be Arabic, people who might be Vietnamese, people who might be Pacific Islander. They're all working in the same team. That doesn't happen in other parts.
No, that's a good picturesque. Your journey from school principal to parliamentary is truly inspiring. What are some of the key lessons in leadership and resilience that have guided you along the way?
I've always believed in people, and always got to find a way to help people. That you just everyone is good at something. Everyone is good at something. You just got to find them and help them get to what they're good at. I joked about it before saying, parents going, oh, I want my kid to be a doctor. That's success. That's not success.
That's not
success. Is actually them being a good person. Success is them being a good job.
Yeah.
Success
Who are they
is
as a
actually looking
person?
after.
Yeah.
What sort of a human being are you? What's the use of having all the money in the world if you've got no friends or you're actually a miserable human being?
Yeah.
That's my view.
Well, good example for me. My mum wanted me to be an accountant, for example. I lasted 2-3 years for that. But then when I got into photography, that's the business I started. That was my passion. I got the check and I ran to my parents. I'm like, look. They're like, wow, we didn't know. They didn't know. I'm first generation Australian, so they don't know any better.
And they just wanted what's best for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the other one too that we need, and I think that's a common story.
Yeah.
But the other thing too that I've always believed in is that you've got to give. When I say you give 100%, I'm not talking give 100%. I would never ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do. You know me well enough, Wally, to know that I work bloody hard. Like there's, to the point where
you don't need to prove
at exhaustion, because I think it's important. So if I go to an event, I know it means something to someone. So I can't just turn up and go, oh, I don't want to.
You got to show up.
You got to give 100.
I've got to want to be there. and I've got to do my job right, and I've got to do that because it comes back to the same thing. I ask people to trust me to be their best rep. And I can't be the person that says, oh, please vote for me and I'll do the right thing by you, and then I just disappear for 3 years. Can't do that. It's not right. And so find a way to keep working through.
What kind of day we can create for you to spend with the community and make it like a station for you, like in your calendar.
Look, I do lots of stuff in the community, and then obviously we do like what we
Manushi
call
was
mobiles.
your
Manush, now you're just being racist. Now you're just saying, what if I didn't like Manush?
Is there a chocolate that starts with J? Maybe we could do that.
No, can you imagine all of the problems? See, normally I'm a big coffee drinker.
Okay.
I love coffee, but I think Manush, like a little mini Manushes would be the way to go.
We gotta have that.
Manush or Jihad. Yeah, it doesn't. We've got to find the
doesn't-
same with Jihad. What's saying?
Jats with.
Jats. Okay, you give me a bloody Jats.
Give me some jats.
I think as much as we love the food idea, doing something with the community is always fun. I was happy to have water and that. People just want to have a conversation. But, I'm known in the parliament for having the office with the most food and the most hospitality.
How about banquet with Jihad?
Yeah, but it's
I like
always
it.
hospitality. You
We'll do
come into my
banquet.
office in parliament, and even in my electorate office here, there's always food. And it's always food for snacks. So people will come in and just grab a handful of nuts. I always have fruit, got chocolate. I just think food breaks down a lot of barriers. And
It's like our love language.
yeah, so anything sweet, I'm in. Cakes.
Someone suggested for me to bring a Broncos scarf and come and walk into your office, and I said, well, I don't want you to have to get hammered with any kind of phone calls, and so I know you're a Bulldog supporter, but you like to play golf.
I do.
And that's
I used to
something
play
we
a
would
lot
love
of golf.
to-
I used to play a lot of golf.
Yeah,
But
so
back in
that's
the
something we
oldies-
would love to work with you to make sure we can have a golf day.
You know
with
what?
Jihad
Let's
for
do a
this
golf
year.
day.
How about golf with Jihad?
Yeah,
I think that
and,
could be-
and then we'll do it as a charity event or something. We'll find a way to make it into a
Okay.
charity thing.
So that will be a call action.
Let's do it. I've got to just say, I think I like to talk up golf, but I don't know that I'm actually that good at golf.
Doesn't matter, but at least we got to
But,
start
I did
somewhere.
it.
as long as I get to drive the cart.
No,
And it's red 'cause it goes faster.
Thank you, my role.
I love that. Let's do that. Let's do a golf charity day. I like that.
Okay, we'll lock it in.
Let's
I'll come
do
back
it.
to your team.
Let's
Maybe
do
we can
it.
choose what month.
And if anyone's out there who can play good golf, I want to be on your side.
And it's going to be a Bankstown Golf Club. This is 18 hole.
You already organised it.
You can't tell Wally anything. It's
Oh, so you're not talking about putt golf. You're talking about
No, proper golf.
I'm only joking.
Jihad, final message.
Look, Wally and Carmen, thank you very much for coming here. I appreciate it. On a personal note, Wally, I really would want to say thank you for your leadership, your advocacy for our area, even to the point where you're actually a real pain in my neck because you're sending me text messages all the time. You can't have a better champion than him. Even yesterday,
Well,
he
I'll tell you,
texts.
chief
We're
of staff,
at
what did he say?
an event. And Wally goes, "What's happening with the Premier?" After he texted me the day before, and I said, "Mate, I'm working on it." Anyway, I text the Premier's chief of staff. He goes, you and Wally, you just stitch us up all the time. He will do whatever it needs, whatever he takes to make sure our community's front and centre. So I want to, but the real final message to the community and to members of the CBCC, anyone watching it, believe in yourself, believe in us, believe in our community, and thanks for all that you do. I think that it's pretty tough being in business, but it takes a special person to want to contribute to the community, and you do that all the time. I get to proudly tell our stories, and you feature very, very strongly in them. And if you're any good at golf, I'll see you then.
Thank you, everyone. Stay amazing. And until our next session.
Yes, thank you very much. We want to thank our sponsors.
Obviously, the New South Wales Government and Factory Sound for their generosity and for believing in us and giving us a platform to share stories.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
It's all stories. Thanks.
Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Wally.